Yep. The last one, right? Check the last one.
Hi, what's your name, sir?
That's the name, Bob.
All right, Mr. Barber, good afternoon. All right, you've got a traffic misdemeanor where you missed a court date. When you missed your court date, the judge assigned to that case, issued a warrant, set a bond. I'm going to set the warrant aside, give you a personal bond on the ticket. You do have the right to remain silent. You're being recorded. Anything you say may be used against you in the future. Well, wait till I'm done. Wait until I'm done.
Hold on, Mr. Barber.
Thank
Hold on.
you.
Hold on.
Okay. You have the right to have an attorney represent you on the ticket. If you cannot afford an attorney, you'll be provided one on or before your next court date. And these are misdemeanors, which the possible penalty, maximum possible penalty is up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. And this one, you are charged in ticket number U16972114, alleging February 10th of 2014 at an address on Woodward that you were loitering on public or private property or trespassing. You have a personal bond on this ticket. Your next court date is going to be a pretrial October the 7th in front of Judge Yancey. Now, counsel, please advise your client.
All right, yeah, Mr. Barber, you don't want to say too much, good brother. You don't want to say too much, all right?
Man, look, listen.
No, hold
Listen.
on. We'll talk after.
I have never had nothing but a fifth ever since I've been 15. The only drive thing I ever had was a driver's license. The reason I had never applied for a driver's license is because I got glaucoma and both eyes are going blind, mother.
I know. We're going to talk. We're going to want to break our room and talk after this, Judge. I'm sorry, Judge.
You're not with anything having to do with your driver's license, okay? And you'll be able to. Hold on, Mr. Barber. Now listen, Mr. Barber.
I have nothing behind me for 2014. They're trying to railroad.
I got you, Mr. Barber. We'll talk about that.
The problem is when you talk at the same time I'm talking or your attorney's talking, I can't hear or understand anything that you're saying.
Hold on.
Not done. You can need to bring back.
Oh, Mr. Barber.
I'm finished. Sorry, bro. I just got finished. I'm
He's refusing to finish his court date.
Had to do Mr. Barber tomorrow.
He hasn't been arraigned, and you guys, he has to be arraigned. So in whatever form or fashion, he has to be convinced or brought to the camera. I have to arraign him. I don't want to have it done that way.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and finish the female.
You want to go to the females first and see if he'll settle down?
Yes. He's not
all right.
upset.
We'll do that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll go over to the female side and we'll come back. I'll see you there. DDC, we're back with you. Okay. Mr. Barber, I need to call your other case. Counsel, please, let's go. Thank you. Defense. Calling case number 240-593-1001, people of the state of Michigan versus Dexter Barber, counsel.
Benson for the people.
All right, yeah, Mr. Barber, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute, and advise of his rights.
Thank you, counsel. The court notes formal reading has been waived. Enters a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I'll hear your arguments as to bond.
Judge, we're asking for a 25,000, 10%. We're asking for monitorization as well. I'd just like to do it this way. Going through the priors, I have an 81 attempt CCW, an 85 assault with intent to rob while armed, got 8 to 30 on that. While he was serving the prison time, ends up getting that felony escape from jail through violence. I have the 2014.
also dismissed without incident on the 180-day ruling. Check it out. CCW.
Okay, and just getting back to things, so these are all convictions, and then in 2014, I have the two B&E buildings with intent. But here's a very interesting subplot to it. In 2016, he had 2 counts of felony larceny. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity. And then, Judge, on top of that, what you guys were discussing, he has that ongoing case, the 24045799401. Date of offense, August 8th of 2024, B&E illegal entry. He was released upon arrest prior to his arraignment. The arraignment scheduled for 9/17. I don't know why we don't have it today. But then, Judge, we have this incident where allegedly the defendant's found waving a firearm on his person around a business in the city of Detroit. And then the defendant's found with that firearm. Judge, based on the irrational behavior of this defendant in front of all of us today, not listening to the court's commands or the deputy's prompts, as well as the idea that this defendant knows or maybe doesn't even know, based on his mental instability, that he shouldn't have a firearm and then is found waving it in the community, we find him to be a danger, and respectfully, we're asking for that cash with monitorization.
Thank you. Defense.
So, Judge, obviously there's a long past, long history that Mr. Vincent has read to us. Mr. Barber's 60 years old, Judge. He's on SSI. It's a lot going on here, Judge. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm asking the court, obviously, we talk about certain issues that come about. Now, this is not an assaultive case on its face, Judge. Although he is alleged to have possessed a firearm when he does not have the permission to do so based on his priors. Monitorization, Judge, I do agree, is important. I don't necessarily think a cash bond needs to be in place. I think if the court did institute monitorization, we wouldn't object, because I do understand what we have talked about, but I would ask the court for some type of reasonable bond, Judge.
Thank you.
Do you want this in the meantime?
No.
Well, sure.
I mean, he was being monitored while he was in prison for 8 to 30.
Mr.
And then he
Vincent,
escaped. Sorry.
yeah, I got it. So, all right. Because I'm actually, number one, DDC, please make sure this file is marked medical. It states that Mr. Barber was arrested with prescription medications. We need to be sure he's getting his medication. Quite frankly, I see a great deal of dangerousness to the community in this particular case. We have a lengthy assaultive criminal history, someone who is suffering from mental health issues, someone who is not supposed to be in possession of a weapon, then waving that gun around in public. I don't know why, and I don't know what would happen next, but someone thought to call 911, and they did, and so the police were able to intervene. There's really no reason for me to believe that Mr. Barber is going to conform his behavior to any order issued by the court, whether that be a tether, a no weapons provision. He does not seem to currently possess the ability to conform his behavior to the requirements of a court order or to the court even today. So I'm actually unlike my normal policy, I'm going to exceed the amount of the bond requested by the government. Mr. Barber was found in a Camaro, allegedly. Sounds like there's some resources there, and I do not believe the community to be safe if he's out, despite the non-assaultive nature of this particular allegation, given his lengthy assaultive history and escape history. I don't think there's any other way to contain him. So bond is set at this time at $50,000 cash surety. If he's able to make that bond, he may be released only to a mental health facility and tethered to that facility So if he's able to make his bond, he will be on a house arrest tether to a mental health treatment facility. Next court date on this, September 17th for probable cause conference, September 24th for preliminary examination in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Barber is not to purchase or possess any firearms or other dangerous weapons during the course of his bond. I do have one traffic misdemeanor. Thank you. I understand your sentiments. I do have one other traffic misdemeanor that I need to tell you about, Mr. Barber, which is going to be case number 2404579-401. That one, the government alleges that on August the 8th of 2024, in the area of, where's our area? I don't have that. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, you're accused of breaking and entering or illegal entry without the owner's permission. I don't have an address on this, Madam Clerk, as to where this is alleged to have occurred. The next court date on this one is going to be September 24th in front of Judge.
It's all front.
Okay, Stanford Jones for pretrial. I'm looking at it, but I don't see it.
No. Oh, that was a prosecutor's office. I'm like, this is a weird one.
Madam Clerk, I don't think we have much longer with Mr. Barber on the screen.
Hold on.
I can't arraign him without knowing the location of the
Yeah,
offense.
they're prepping to find them.
Okay, I just need location so that he can be removed from the screen.
Can you tell me the location? Oh, yeah, we gave it to him. Bring it to me. Okay, you wanna talk to the magistrate about it? Yes, right there. 22 Palliser Street.
Okay, thank you. This alleged to have occurred at 22 Palliser Street. All right, bond on this one is 5,000 personal. The other one, 50,000 cash surety. Thank you. Okay, we're ready for Mr. Gilchrist.
Something's going on that file.
Okay,
The prosecutor's card about having to amend the charges. Ms. Jackson, I'm gonna call Ms. Jackson, that they're on their way rushing that file.
okay. Well, I just arraigned him on it, so.
Yeah.
All right, we're all done with Mr. Barber. Thank you.